The views of the guest are that of the guests and do not represent nor reflect the views and opinions of the Lockoutmen channel, the Recruiter Call channel, nor its host. This site content is for entertainment, educational, and informational purposes only.
Imagine this, drivers. You're just starting a new job. You've flown across the country to get there. And from day one, it is pure chaos in Illinois. This story, guys, is a wild one of mismanagement, broken promises, and just plain disrespect. Let's talk about it.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
So our story today comes from Truck Her Lori from TikTok. She had an opportunity to drive with a company that was out of Illinois. And you guys know what kind of companies that is Illinois. She said that this company was good. They offered her the 1099 position at 60 cents a mile. So she hopped on the plane, got to Chicago right before Christmas of last year. You're told to rush to get there, spend hundreds of dollars out of your own pocket, and then they tell you that they will reimburse you.
All right, y'all. I started with this company right before Christmas. Like, I flew to Chicago the 23rd of December. First of all, they rushed me to get out. They didn't pay for the flight or nothing like that. They was like, they reimbursed up to $200. So I had to pay like $4 something for a flight.
But here's the kicker, though. The key word here is up to $200 that they said they was going to reimburse this driver. But they barely even gave her that. Flights, Ubers, your time.
Forget about it. Paulie, forget about it.
Now, imagine you're sitting at a truck stop on Christmas Day. You get to this company the day before Christmas, only to be sitting at a truck stop on Christmas Day with no loads, no pay, and just waiting. Wouldn't you guys feel like you got played by this company?
I sit there like all day, just for them to say they're not gonna give me the truck till tomorrow. So they put me in the hotel up the street most of the day, which is the 24th, the day before Christmas. I ain't really mad, but it's like I could have been home for Christmas if I know, y'all wasn't starting. Like, so Christmas Day come, they give me the truck, but they still don't give me a load because, it's Christmas Day. I understand that. But, you know what I'm saying? I could have stayed, like I said, I could have stayed home and came after Christmas if y'all wasn't ready to start me for real.
Because that's exactly what happened to Lori here. And it doesn't stop there. This company dragged this driver through one misstep after another. Here's where things really heat up, though. The dispatcher of this company. Lack of communication is honestly the cherry on top of this disaster. You got the driver clearly explaining her hours, what she can and cannot do. And the dispatcher, well, basically saying, I don't care, just do it. How is this even okay? Dispatchers does that a lot to some of these drivers out there. They don't care about your situation. They only care about the load that you got so you can make sure you can get it there to the receiver. And that's it. You tell the company, hey, I'm running short on hours. I'm not going to be able to make it. And the dispatcher says, well, just do your best. Just try to get there. And when you tell him that it's not going to happen, then they'll come back with some type of idle threat. Well, if you don't get it there or try to get it there, we're going to dock your pay, or we're going to give you a late fee, or we're going to write you up.
All right. So to how my dispatcher is, it's like he be saying fuck what I be saying when I'm writing stuff. So let me just tell you about this last incident that really pissed me off. Like, it was like low-key the icing on the cake, and I almost drove myself. Thursday, I had a load to drop off, and then I had one to pick up. When he do give me the next load, it's 5.5 hours from where I'm from, and I only have 4.5 hours of drive time left. So I told him, I'm like, that's not gonna be possible, because I don't have the hours. I'm like, and I can't do nothing about it. I have to take my 10-hour reset. Like, I'm like, see if you could push the appointment time back or something. After he was like, just take the load and bring it straight there. You should be fine. I instantly got mad because, bitch, I was supposed to be going home. I'm supposed to be home today. It's Monday. I was supposed to be taking my 2-3 days off at home. And where I'm at? In fucking Wisconsin. Bitch, I need to be in New Orleans.
So for this driver, Lori, she's stuck in Wisconsin for days. I'm talking days. And why? Because her dispatcher ignored the realities of hours of service. She told him that she was running out of hours and she wasn't going to have enough hours. So unfortunately, she ran out, and all because of the miscommunications between her and her dispatcher. 3 days sitting idle in Wisconsin with no pay, no compensation, and no apology from this dispatcher. Let's think about it. Do dispatchers really apologize for the mistakes that they make and then they put the blame on the driver? It's one thing after another with this company after she got there. And the worst part, all of this really could have been avoided with just better communications and respect with the dispatcher. So drivers, let's just zoom out of here for a minute, right? Companies are quick to promise the world, but fail to deliver on even the basics, right? Like respecting drivers, time and effort. When drivers don't feel valued, retentions drop and the entirety of your company suffers. What you gonna do when you have maybe 4, 5, 6 drivers quit on you all at the same time? I'll tell you what's gonna happen. Your loads is not gonna get to where they need to be. Your relationships with some of the brokers and or clients that you generate is gonna suffer. You're gonna have to spend more money to bring in new and maybe unexperienced drivers. Yeah, just think about that. Now, you can avoid all of that by simply having a dispatcher with a little bit of compassion for the driver. Am I right or wrong? At the end of the day, this story, shout out to Lori from TikTok. Make sure you go over to her TikTok page and check her out. It really highlights a crucial question. Are companies really prioritizing their drivers? Or are they just turning through drivers without a care for how it impacts their lives? I'm going to leave this right here for you guys, right? What will you do if your dispatcher disrespected you, your time, and your effort like this situation with Lori? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, everybody.